say don't, you'll be proud of me, OG. Woke up, read me a Bible verse, got some breakfast in my system, talked to God about it. You know what I'm saying? And he laid it on me. I got one more album, EP, mixtape, whichever one it's gonna be, I got one more. And it's over, I'm going to find my peace.
I got one more, and it's over. I'm going to find my peace. Janarious Mykel Wheeler, popularly known as Lil Poppa, said that on camera, looked directly into his phone and said it. 2 weeks later, he was dead. February 18th, 2026, Fulton County Medical Examiner ruled it suicide, self-inflicted gunshot wound, 25 years old. But here's what's messing me up. He told us exactly what was coming. The signs were everywhere, in his lyrics, in his videos, in that Instagram story. Most people thought it was about retirement. Today, we're breaking down the real timeline, the rumors that exploded afterward, and the truth that was hiding in plain sight. Because this isn't just about a rapper who died too young. This is about a man who screamed for help. And we didn't hear him. Yeah. Lil Poppa survived a 2018 shooting in Jacksonville that killed 2 of his closest friends. That trauma birthed Purple Hearts, the song that put him on the map, but that's the part everybody knows. What they don't talk about. Lil Poppa battled sickle cell anemia his entire life. And if you don't know what that is, let me break it down real quick. It's a blood disorder that causes your red blood cells to become rigid and sickle-shaped. These cells get stuck in your blood vessels, blocking blood flow. The result? Chronic pain. The kind that doesn't go away. The kind that wakes you up at 3 a.m. feeling like your bones are breaking from the inside. Now add survivor's guilt from watching your friends die. Add the pressure of a record deal with CMG. Add being a father to a 3-year-old son named Kofi. I'd add watching your relationship with your child's mother, Tori Roberts, Rick Ross's daughter, fall apart. Damn, how much can one person carry before they break? In his last interview, he talked about fatherhood being his motivation, his reason to keep going. And I believe that. But keeping going and finding peace? Those are 2 completely different things, dude. Let's talk about his music in those final weeks, because this is where it gets heavy. 4 days before his death, on Valentine's Day 2026, Poppa dropped Out of Town Bay. People loved it, thought it was a banger. But go back and actually listen to the lyrics now. It hits different. He's talking about escape, about needing to get away from everything and everyone just to breathe. And then there's Russian Roulette from 2025. That song went viral after his death for obvious reasons. Listen to what he said. Tell them that I'm fine when they ask if I'm okay. But I ain't, 'cause they don't care. They can't do a thing to save me. Just put a fake smile on my face. Want to say sorry to my fans, all the shit I go through, you'll never understand. He literally told us. He said, I'm not okay in a song, and we nodded our heads to the beat. We added it to our playlists. We streamed it millions of times. But did we actually hear him? And here's what messes with my head even more. In that Instagram story video where he said, I'm going to find my peace, he started by saying, you'll be proud of me, OG. Woke up, read me a Bible verse, got some breakfast in my system, talked to God about it. Reading the Bible, talking to God, having breakfast. Those sound like positive things, right? Like a man trying to get his life together. And maybe he was. Maybe in that moment he genuinely thought he could find a way through. But then he said those 7 words that should have stopped everyone in their tracks. I got one more, and it's over. How do you hear that and not feel something shift in your chest? February 18th, 2026. Interstate 85, Atlanta. Lil Poppa's in a single car accident. It's not major, no one else is hurt, but something about it breaks him. Maybe it's the adrenaline crash. Maybe it brings back memories of that 2018 shooting, the chaos, the fear. Maybe it's just the final straw on top of everything else he was carrying. He calls his manager. Not his mom, not his best friend, not the mother of his child, his manager. Think about that for a second. Well, what does that tell you about who he felt he could talk to? They agree to meet in a Hilton hotel parking lot. His manager arrives, walks up to the car. Poppa's sitting inside. They're talking through the window, manager standing outside, Poppa behind the wheel. And then he pulls out a gun. The Fulton County Medical Examiner's office ruled Lil Poppa's death a suicide caused by a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He shot himself while his manager was standing right there. Can you process that? Can you process watching someone you work with, someone you've probably laughed with and traveled with and built dreams with? Can you process watching them take their own life right in front of you? Rush to Grady Memorial Hospital. Doctors tried, but at 11:23 a.m. on February 18, 2026, Janarious Mykel Wheeler was pronounced dead, 25 years old. Now think about being that manager, carrying that for the rest of your life. As soon as word got out, the internet did what the internet does. It started speculating. It was pills. It was a setup. It was the breakup. Heartbreak killed him. Look, their relationship was complicated. In 2023 to 2024, social media was buzzing with cheating allegations, and things got messy. A year after their son's birth in 2022, Poppa released what fans believe was a diss track aimed at Toy Roberts. She addressed it on social media, and there were videos where she talked about their issues openly. In one clip that went viral, Toy said, "If I did cheat, you deserved it," which, damn, that's a heavy thing to put out there when someone's already struggling. But here's the thing. We don't know the full story. We don't know what was happening behind closed doors. We don't know if that was defensive anger or hurt lashing out or what. What we do know is that by early 2026, they'd broken up. They were co-parenting their son PJ, and Poppa was processing all of it. The breakup, the betrayal, the feeling of his family falling apart, while also dealing with chronic pain, survivor's guilt, and the weight of everything else. Was the breakup hard on him? Of course it was. Losing your family, especially when you have a young son you adore, that's devastating. But this wasn't about one thing. It wasn't just heartbreak. It was about everything. Fans started pointing to lyrics where Poppa talked about being addicted to pills, saying things like, "If you listen to Poppa, he always talked about how he was addicted to pills and how high he was. It's no way my man just killed himself. I believe it was an accident." Others thought maybe it was foul play. Maybe someone got to him. Maybe it was connected to street beef or industry drama. But the Fulton County Medical Examiner's ruling is clear: suicide. Self-inflicted gunshot wound. Not an accidental overdose. Not foul play. Was Poppa open about struggling with substance use? Yeah. In his music, he was. Did that play a role in his mental state? Possibly. Was the breakup hard on him? I'm sure it was. Losing your family, especially when you have a young son you adore, that's devastating. But this wasn't about one thing, it was about everything. The sickle cell pain that never stopped. The trauma from watching his friends die in 2018. The pressure of the music industry. The weight of being a provider, a father, a role model. The exhaustion of pretending to be fine when you're not. In Russian roulette, he said, "Tell them that I'm fine when they ask if I'm okay. But I ain't." He was tired of faking it, and in the end, he decided he didn't want to anymore. What kills me is that the last thing Lil Poppa posted before he died was an Instagram story of Rod Wave singing "Letting It Go." Not his own song. Someone else's. A song about release, about being tired, about needing to let go of the pain. Even in his final hours, he was trying to tell people how he felt, and most of us just scrolled past it. Here's what I keep coming back to. Lil Poppa was financially ascending. His net worth was estimated between $1.5 and $3 million. He had a spring album in production, tour dates lined up, streaming numbers climbing. From the outside, everything looked like it was coming together. Success, money, fame, a legacy being built. But none of that matters if you're in pain. None of that matters if you wake up every single day feeling like you're drowning.
Anthony, Lil Poppa was more than just a rapper. He was a hometown dream turned reality. At just 25 years old, he built a powerful voice for himself in the music industry. Now, as friends, family, and fans try to process his sudden loss, those who grew up beside him say that he was bigger than just music.
He was just a great guy. Outside of the music and the artistry, man, he was a good human. And I'll never forget him.
Jacksonville native and music producer Scotty OTH says he grew up with rapper Lil Poppa, and the two shared big dreams.
I was making beats, and he was making music. And 2019, 18, we ended up making, our first track together. Outside is deeper than music. That was family to me. We called each other cousins.
Scotty says his grind was unmatched.
Very hard worker. I ain't never seen nobody outwork Poppa. Poppa was the last man standing in the studio. Forever Young was Poppa's favorite song that we did together.
Jacksonville rapper Trap Beckham called him a Duval legend, adding that the city is truly not the same. Peers like Dej Loaf, Mozzie, Nardo Wick, Boozy Badaz, they all posted tributes. Our early collaborator Caroline Diaz wrote, "My little brother is gone. I am so broken." Yo Gotti, the man who signed him to CMG, released a statement calling him ambitious with depth beyond his years. Rick Ross, his son's grandfather, hasn't said much publicly, but you know that family is shattered. And then there's Kofi. Lil Poppa's son turned 3 in June 2025. That little boy is going to grow up knowing his dad through music, through YouTube videos, through stories other people tell him. He'll never get to ask his father why. He'll never get answers. None of us will. So where does that leave us? He built a 7-year career on honesty, on saying what other rappers wouldn't say. He gave us pain, survival, trauma, grief, all of it. And we loved him for it. But that honesty couldn't save him. Maybe it can save someone else, though. If you've ever felt like Poppa did, like you're carrying too much, like the pain is too heavy, please hear this. He was wrong when he said, "They don't care. They can't do a thing to save me." People do care. People can help. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline is 988. You can call or text 24/7 and talk to someone who actually gives a damn. You can also reach out to the crisis text line by texting HOME to 741741. And if you know someone struggling, check on them. For real. Not just, "Hey, what's up?" Actually ask how they're doing. And if they say, "I'm fine," don't accept it. Push a little. Create space for honesty. Because Lil Poppa told us he wasn't fine. Multiple times. In multiple ways. And we didn't push. His music resonated because it didn't hide pain. It confronted it directly. He gave us a catalog that documents exactly what he was going through. And now that catalog is his legacy. It's what Kofi will inherit. It's what Jacksonville will remember. But damn, I wish he was still here to make more of it. I got one more, and it's over. I'm going to find my peace. He found it. Just not the way any of us wanted him to. Rest in peace, Janarious Mykel Wheeler. Rest in peace, Lil Poppa. Your music will live forever. Your son will know your voice. And maybe, just maybe, your story will help someone else choose to stay. If this video made you feel something, the comments are open. Share your favorite Lil Poppa song. Share what his music meant to you, or just say his name. Keep his memory alive. And if you're struggling, reach out. Your life matters.